Just easier to see your face. Hey, how you doing, Jeff?
We're recording. What's up, buddy? How you doing, man?
Thank you for the kind words you said. That really moved me.
Oh, absolutely, bud. Absolutely.
Yeah, I really hit home. I've had a pretty rough week. Tuesday, I was working out religiously like I do, and I was doing squats, and my air left me completely. So I was panicking because it felt like literally I was being strangled by a ghost. I couldn't produce enough oxygen for my brain and my body, so I was tapped out. And then I got home. I had no knees. I had no ankles. My legs were all swollen from my pees and shit. So then I was really freaking out. I went and saw my doctor, and we did some x-rays, and the pleural effusions from the cancer that's metastatically spread through my abdomen and lungs has just really taken over my right lung. So he's like, hey, go to the emergency. We're going to have to tap your lung and drain that. So I spent all Thursday and most Wednesday night in the hospital, and went through all that bullshit for them to tap my lung, and then they couldn't drain it. Everything is solidified and thickened and scarred up. So now I basically lost like a good 40 to 50% of my right lung. So
So he's down to one.
it's been challenging. So today was the first day back at the gym.
Big bro came to town, fucking cheered him up, boys. Anyway, we gonna get this thing going or what?
Yeah, absolutely. I want to say real quick, this is our Zooms. Sundays, Robert and I have been doing these strictly about mindset, strictly about emotional things that we can start implementing into our lives. We are not going to talk about business at all. None of us will.
Yep.
This isn't about business. So anybody that's in here, welcome. Anybody that watches a replay, welcome, and anybody is welcome. You bring your 99s, bring brand new people. It doesn't matter what stage you are in the business. You are welcome in on these things. So, fucking A. And I'd like to introduce Alex and Kevin, our special guests this week.
What's up, guys?
How's it going?
Drop some comments in the chat, guys. Tell us if you're excited or not. It's gonna be some good stuff tonight. I know Jeff and oh, look who it is, Jesse.
There he is.
Oh, even better. Tonight's gonna get better, guys. Drop in the chat how excited you guys are about this. We got a great panel out tonight. Oh, there's Gracie.
Yeah.
What's up, fellas?
The little baby. Look at that. Just cuter than shit.
I think Gracie has a poopy bum.
Where's mom when you need her?
She's out at a girl's party.
Whew. Right on. Well, this week, Robert, do you have anything to say real quick? You got anything, bud?
Me?
No, Robert.
Oh.
Not right off the hop, no.
I think this week, obviously, our special guests are going through a lot of big, heavy shit. If you guys know or you don't know, there's things going on. I'll just let you guys tell the story of what's happening in your lives, and I wanted to really get you guys on here because I think there's a lot of good stuff that you guys can drop, a lot of good value.
One thing I gotta say is good on you, Kevin, for staying positive and pushing through and going to the gym, buddy. Fucking good work, man. Staying positive is the biggest key.
Are you there?
Yeah, sorry guys. So, most of you guys know me. This is my brother Kevin. Obviously, some of you know that Kevin's terminally ill with cancer. This past week, we've had some news. So I came down to come out and support Kev. Last night was awesome. We had his dad and his stepmom over here with his brother and a bunch of the guys. We watched the fight. We watched GSP win. That was great. Today we got all his high school buddies out to the gym to come support him because the doctor told me he can't work out. But he's a stubborn old cunt, so pardon my language. So, you know, you know, he's got the mindset that he's going to keep pushing it forward and keep pushing it. So basically, you know, this is about mindset and stuff. And for those of you that don't know, obviously, it's hard for somebody to stand beside Kevin, watch him go through this, but it's got to be a lot harder for him, right? So basically, I'll give Kev the floor to kind of give you guys an idea of his journey and where he's gotten all this strength to keep fighting this thing and, you know, beat the odds and beat what the doctors have been telling him and just giving this thing shit till the journey ends, right?
So I guess where to begin? I guess the gravity of my situation was completely overwhelming and really brought me into a dark spot. And, you know, you can sit there all day and be miserable, but no one wants to be around somebody who's miserable. And, you know, I had an inherent need to change because, you know, that's not me. But being strong was an integral part of my being and my essence and who I am as a person, right? I never applied my mind or went to school. I was just a strong, labor-intensive construction worker guy, right? So being weak and not having my strength really affected my character, my integrity, and who I was as a being. And so I was lost and I was hurting. You know, even them telling me I can't do this and this being a huge obstacle, I had to find the strength. I had to dig deep. It wasn't an option. You know, failure wasn't an option. It's like, you know, they say no, but if I want a fighting chance, I got to build myself up. I was getting emaciated. Not only could I not eat, but my intestine, my colon's been removed. Half my bladder's been removed. I've lost my vas. So now I had the eating obstacles, the diet obstacles. But then just all the chemo, the radiation, played its toll too. So I was looking for everything. My brother was scouring the earth. We were looking for things to help change my life, you know, change my health. And honestly, the Kangen water was that big thing to give me my energy, get my diet back.
Kind of give you a second breath.
Yeah, give me exactly.
Yeah. Also, the big thing that has humbled me is and kind of changed my mindset is, you know, I see Kev going through shit, literally, you know, knocking on the Grim Reaper's doorstep, so to speak. And you know, me and a buddy back home here have a beef, and you know, we've been going back and forth and stuff. And Kev just blatantly told me, you know, like, what are you two fucking idiots doing? You know, I'm fucking dying over here. I just want to spend time with the two of you, and I'd like you, you know, like, I love the both of you, you know, and I just want you guys to bury the hatchet, you know, and out of respect for Kev and to honestly put my ego aside, and that's the biggest thing that I've learned about mindset throughout this entire journey, you know, is kind of like lose the macho shit, lose the ego, and recognize when somebody's giving you advice when you're wrong, and take that advice and use it to become a positive, right? And like, there were guys that I invited out today, for example, that we haven't gone along maybe throughout our lives, but you know, we're both there for the same reason, to show Kev support and stuff. So who the fuck am I to go there and be an asshole or be rude to them? Or, you know, I just thanked them. I gave them a hug. You know,
I think the
great.
big thing is humbling yourself to see the big picture. Now, my illness and stuff is forced me to be humble. I didn't have that privilege to learn that and ascend to that ability to be you know, amongst patients. Or I was forced to be humble. You know, I had no choice. I was wearing my shit outside of my stomach in bags carrying around to me, and then still had to make love to my wife and find ways to spice things up. Yeah, it's fucking difficult. You know, so looking at the big picture, seeing what the goal is in mind, and again, what do I have to do to get there? Yeah, it's impossible. The shit list doesn't end. But okay, I'm gonna take it, chop it up in little pieces. Chop it up in little pieces and just chop it down. Okay, do this little piece at a day. Sorry, sitting on the table. But you have to do these little things to have a sense of accomplishment, or else it seems hopeless. Otherwise, it seems like you're not ascending to your goal. So these little things, these little baby steps to get you there, so then you can look back at the end of the day and say, hey, you know, I made it so far. Okay, tomorrow, you know, it's going to suck. It might take me 5 hours to get out of fucking bed. I'm going to be in pain, but you know what? I'm going to shoot up my morphine. I'm going to, you know, force myself to drink my shake. I'm going to do 20 push-ups. and we're going to start my day and start from there.
And just kind of, I just want to interrupt Kev for a sec, just to let you guys kind of know, like pain kind of threshold that Kev's going through, is, you know, last night was a good night for Kev, and he shot 2 cc's 6 times throughout the night. He wakes up every few hours and he shoots that much morphine to kind of keep the pain, and even that is sufficient for so much time, right? And a lot of this has, like he said, has been his mental of, you know, I'm just gonna, you know, do this task until the pain's so unbearable that I have to take another shot, and then instead of passing out, I'll do this task because, you know, and it's just like you said, you just have to chip away at the little things and just keep going and keep a positive mindset. Set yourself around people that care about you. You know, the guys that we had show up today and yesterday, and his family, and, you know, everybody that stops by here. Sometimes it's a little overwhelming for him because he doesn't feel good, but it really shows that Kev is set himself up around some people that really, really care about him. And that's what people need to do, is you need to get rid of the negative people in your life. And you need to start bringing in the positive people and the people that are going to help you in times of, you know, like what's going on now, or you, just support at home, you know, of, you know, how was your day? Did you have a good day? Did you have a bad day? You know, if you're going home and you're always arguing and you find yourself, you don't want to end up going home at the end of the day, then there's something that needs to be changed. There's something that needs to be worked out. There's something that's missing, obviously, right? So
my grandfather always used to tell me, Kevin, if you have a problem, look in the goddamn mirror. And that's spoken so true to me in so many ways in order of refining myself as a being, because 9 times out of 10, yes, the problem comes from me because it's fucking bothering me. So you know what I mean? Like, why am I projecting it and getting boisterous, raising my opinion or putting on somebody else? But no, it's all internal. It's all an introspective reflection of what I am doing or how I'm thinking or how I'm perceiving it, right?
So were you, like, before you were diagnosed, were you the same person? Like, what was the switch in you, like, in emotionally, in your mindset and how you thought from before you had this to now where you're at?
Well, before I was ill, I was typical, invincible, stubborn, pig-headed male, right? I was always very artsy and introspective. You know, I had a very religious upbringing, and I still have my devotion and my time with God, and a very spiritual person. So yeah, that does play a big part on me. I'm also a hypersensitive, emotional person too. So I'm always digressing my day. I'm always sifting through my subconscious and laying up in bed, and the stupidest things will bother me. Like, God damn it, why did I say that? You know, it could have been something like 2 weeks ago, something simple as, you know, something as stupid as to like a waitress or something, and it just eats at me. So I always had that obsessive will and obsessive desire to be fixing myself, rebuilding myself. And I guess
once you got sick, that transferred over into laying over and dying.
Yeah, exactly. There was no choice. You know, it was either I lay down and die, or I give her hell. So
try everything we could, right?
Yeah, and so I wasn't willing to just roll over. I'm fighting tooth and nail, but it's not that easy, right? Because and to say that I do that every day and I'm this strong, well, that's bullshit. Because there's many times where I'm depressed. I am, I am desolate. I am not. My phone's off. I've locked myself away. And we all have those ugly parts. But how we pull ourselves through that, what we choose to do with that in that reflection time is what's going to dictate the outcome of our day, really.
Yeah, and that attitude's something that I've grown to learn that Kev always had. And that's one thing that Kev taught me through the years that we were always together, is not to care what other people think. Because I'll tell you guys a quick story about how when we were young, Kev's insecurities were already long gone, you know, by the time, but we were still prepubescent males, and insecurities weren't a thing in Kev's life. It was like, that's like, I don't give a shit. Kev was at a party one night. It was the middle of winter. It was minus 25. And he fucking made a comment about running around outside naked. And some chick said, "Oh, you're not going to do that." "Oh, yeah?" Fucking clothes comes right off. Off he goes outside and starts jogging down the fucking road around the block in the middle of the winter. Okay? And then he fucking jumps on the tree and starts swinging like a monkey from the tree with his junk hanging out in -25 weather because some chick said, you don't have the fight, And his insecurities were gone then. And that's something that Kev has always taught me throughout my life is don't be what people want you to be. Don't worry about what people think about you. Don't worry about your insecurities. Use your strengths and live up to them. And be the person you want to be, Another example, when we're at a party and it's dead and a good song Kev likes comes on, he's going to start dancing. He doesn't give a fuck. And people start looking at him like weird, like, what the fuck's Kev doing? And then all of a sudden, another guy jumps in, and all of a sudden the whole kitchen's going. Because he don't fuck what anybody thinks. He's lost that insecurity. And that's something I've taken from my brother so much. And like, obviously you guys have seen it from me, the guys that have known me now and stuff. But if you guys knew me when I was, 14, 15, 16, it was, I cared a lot about what people thought about me or what kind of clothes I had and stuff. And Kev wore a plaid shirt, work boots to school, and ripped jeans, and every chick wanted this guy. And I was like, what the fuck is he doing? This guy looks like he's going to work a construction job. I got a full fucking Fila suit on, the white Fila's on, the gold chains, a lot of fucking money in my pocket, and they're like, see you later, Alex, walking right by me off the cab. Because he had the confidence. His insecurities were gone. His confidence was there.
It's a double-edged sword in the sense that if I wasn't so hypersensitive and truly cared about what people think, that I wouldn't have been able to build myself up to the point where, hey, this is who I am, this is what I want, and I don't care. So it is double-edged sword in the sense that you have to go full circle in that thought. But don't let it eat away at you to the point where that you lose your freedom of who you are. You lose your goal set, your mindset of what you're aspiring to be or what your dreams are, right? And that's the problem. But that's still something that you need to consider. Otherwise, you're just going to be a raging asshole. No one's going to like you, right? You're not going to have relationships if you don't regard or
that's one thing that I'll touch on for sure is saving your integrity. And that's one thing that Kevin's done through his whole battle with cancer. Is he saved his integrity to be the same person he is and be like, fuck this, I'm going to fight this thing and show the integrity that he's always had and not lay down and not, quit and keep going. And, like this guy shoots fucking 20 needles of morphine a day just so he can keep going. And, he's pushing his limits every day and, his task and his mindset and just because it's, it ain't over till the fat lady sings. There's too many people out here supporting him, and he still feels he's got things left to do. And this definitely being one of them, being able to come out tonight. And thank you again, guys, for inviting us.
Yes, I've been truly moved by the people that I don't even know in this community that I've touched and influenced their lives. And how many times I'd be sitting there crying and arguing with God, if I could have done any purpose or if I have touched anybody, that would it be to inspire some change or, to inspire, some sort of growth into somebody, that's the one beautiful thing that we could do on this earth is to touch and to shape or to, malleable someone's life. Right.
Where did you like, does this, cause everything that you're saying is like the shit that like fucking gurus teach. Like they make millions of dollars a year teaching this shit. Like
ask Alex. I'm not a very money oriented person.
Oh no, I know. Okay. But like this stuff.
I spent a lot of time wrestling with God. I spent a lot of time reading my Bible. I spent a lot of time reading the Mahabharata, the Gita. I'm starting to read the Quran. I'm very fascinated with theology, our cultural origins, our stories. And to me, we have one job on this earth, and that's to learn. And like we spend our whole lives trying to build up, sacrificing our health to build up wealth, and at the end, trading all our wealth to get that bit of health at the end. It's not about that. Me, it's just I have a roof over my head. I have food on my table. I have the woman of my dreams. Boom. The rest is just is growth, spiritual growth, emotional growth, helping other people. What else could I ask for? And I'm telling you, this journey here is like a blink of an eye. I'm already I'm at the tail end of my comment. And I was begging, you know, to see the people that I touched and inspired was just like, wow, that's purpose. That's more than anything my art that I've achieved or the things I've built. That, that's something that's going to transcend beyond. That can't be destroyed. That's going to be spiritual. You know, it's in there. It's in the cloud.
It's cool that because it's like a lot of people, you know, we learned at Jesse's event and stuff. For those of you that didn't know, you know, once you stop becoming a student, you become stale, you know. Once you stop learning, you die, you know. And that's what Kevin's refused to do, is stop learning, stop pushing his limits, stop seeing what his purpose is here, why he's got to be the one going through it, you know, because anybody that was there today and so many more people would take Kev's shoes if they could, you know. It's like, why has it got to be him? But there's a reason behind it. And, you know, me and Kev were talking the other night when we got the news, and we were having an emotional moment, and he told me that, you know, even when I pass away, I'm going to make sure to fuck with you, you know, but just realize there's going to be rules and regulations on that side, just like on this side, but I'll break as many rules as I can to make sure to let you know I'll be here. So that was special, you know. That's the mentality he has, you know, that his mission's not done even when he's dead, you know. His mission's still gonna be to look over us. So I'm blessed, man.
I think professionals claim to know amateurs claim to know everything, and professionals learn something new every day. And that's just it. Humble yourself to learn, humble yourself to grow.
I'm so inspired with
shit, you know?
Yeah.
I'm so inspired by, no matter what you're going through, you still choose to keep a positive aspect on it, and that's huge.
Well, you know, how many people would want to be around me if I was miserable, or if I let the toxic things speak for me and be my voice? You know, I have an opportunity here to touch people's lives, or maybe encourage somebody who's going through something similar as I am to dig deep and pull up their socks. It's not easy. Every day's a war, and you wouldn't believe, just like the random kind word for someone can make the difference in someone's life, their day, and everything.
Thanks for all the messages, by the way, guys.
Yeah.
I'm just reading these now.
Yeah, we're seeing them come through. I have a question here.
Absolutely.
What is your biggest piece of advice? Because in my opinion, you have a different outlook on life than any of us here do, right? You because of what you're going through.
My biggest piece of advice would be to put others' needs before your own. Just like I noticed, it's very biblical. And Brody Van Norwick had to say, "We rise by lifting others." I was like, Jesus, like how Christian is that? How biblical is that?
That's from the Awakening, from AWOL.
Yeah, is it?
Yeah.
I thought that was just like, that's scriptural. Like that's in the book.
Yeah. That's cool.
But yeah, not only because there's rewards on that, but it's more gratifying. There's a bigger purpose in it. There's a higher purpose in putting other people's needs before your own. And that's not to say like you're going to starve and not take care of your needs. But I just noticed it's just like the sense that the people, working class people, are like an example of people that give you the shirt off their back. And, you know, usually it's like the wealthiest rich people, you know, that they're stubborn, and it's just the same sense like that. Just brings you a humbling place, and really centers you to what's really valuable, what's important. And it's not the dollar, but it's, you know what I mean? It's growing, it's changing, it's forming relationships, it's building.
I think that's crazy good, because that was one of the biggest things that has really hit me since I joined into this community. And I've talked to Alex about it before, but when I went to this last JGL event and I got to meet everybody in person, it blew my mind, because I thought a lot like you, right? Like, I've been thinking about this stuff, and I've been practicing this stuff for a long time. But I thought I was just like this lone soldier out in the world with my fucking tattoos and my badass attitude and whatever. but what I put out there to the world wasn't necessarily what I actually cared about. You know, that wasn't necessarily what was actually on the inside. And so now when I joined in this community, I meet people like Alex and Jesse and Robert and a bunch of other people that we're all the same, cut from the same cloth, if you will, but we actually give a shit. Like you can be badass and you can actually enjoy the fact that you're helping somebody else at the same time. And that blows my fucking mind.
You know what's the coolest thing? I hate to interrupt you, but me and Kev have had the chance to hang out with the baddest motherfucker we know for the past 2 days.
Yeah.
And that's his father. Kev's father is the reason why he has the attitude he does. And, you know, his father's a police officer. You know, he's a stand-up guy. He really showed us by example how to be great men. And how to have that, you know, that tough attitude. His dad got in a motorcycle accident while he was on the job with a broken leg. And this is when Kev first got diagnosed in 2010? 2013.
Yeah.
And with a broken fucking leg, Kev was in the middle of building his house here with a fucking broken leg. His dad came and finished his son's house. So his son come home from the hospital and had a place to live. And that just
not to mention
how his father put himself aside. You know, he could have said, well, fuck, I got a broken leg. Somebody else can do it. No, he said, my son needs to come home and finish home, and I'm going to fucking do that. And that just goes to attest to the reason why Kevin and I are the way that we are, that we do put others ahead. You know, I could have stayed at home and talked to Kev on the phone for the next week and feel sorry and cry by myself. Fuck that. I'm coming down to cry with him and support him and do whatever I can and to you know, make him feel better. He woke up this morning peppy as shit, even though he was in a lot of pain.
Because he's here.
Yeah. But, you know, that just goes to test that. And like you said, you know, when you wake up and you put people in front of you, honestly do it. Don't do it to get something back, you know.
Yes.
You're not, I need a favor because I did this for you last time. You know, like, just, you know, when you genuinely put people in front of you, you know, I've seen you know, when you put people ahead of you, I've seen it, you know, really change people's lives. And I'll tell you, my mother wouldn't be alive today if it weren't for Kevin. Kevin saved my mother's life once, a few years back when Kevin, he was in a lot of pain. He was fighting his cancer. We had a snowstorm. I hadn't spoken with my mom for 2 days. I asked him, I said, could you go by the house and make sure she's okay? And her car was home. Nobody was answering the door.
There's no footprints in the snow.
Yeah, there's no footprints in the snow, so I was worried. And Kev broke the door down, found my mom unresponsive. Even when the fire department got there, they had trouble reviving her with CPR. And they told her that if she would have been there for not too much longer, she would have been brain dead, you know, and she would have passed away. And that just goes to show Kev, once again, put me in front of him because he could have been like, well, bro, I got fucking cancer and we got a snowstorm outside, you know, like maybe I'll go tomorrow.
I took my bat belt full of pills, had my 2 shit bags and put my coat on and we got her done.
That's the honest story, is putting the people in front of you that my mother's here.
But I think you touched on something important that I don't want to go unnoticed in this. Exactly that. You don't do things for affirmation of your deeds. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's like, oh, you know, I gave such and such. So I helped such and such person out. You know, I had to give them $100. They were short. Well, you just were paid full in receipt for your help just by bragging to such and such that you had to help someone so out, or you did such a kind act. You were paid full in receipt for that deed because of that boasting, let alone. You've wasted it. You don't let the left hand know what the right hand's doing, and you give in secret so your father can reward you in secret too. And that's the understanding of it. That's the basis of it. That's, you know, whether you what God you believe in or not, it seems to be a fundamental law of this universe and how it works.
Well, pretty much any book you'll read is, you know, do unto others, you want others, do unto you, so on and so on.
But I think that's very key. Don't give out of affirmation for your deeds. That's huge.
I love that because I'm a strong believer of you help enough people in this world, and in the end you'll get what you want, right? But it's coming from a place of being humble and just helping people, or the kindness of your heart, right?
I'll use that as an example, Robert, to touch on, kind of how somebody's led by that. Kev was the guy that if your mom needed her grass cut, he was coming over, and all he wanted was lunch. Or if you needed a hand with it, he was taking time out of his day, even though he worked, 10 hours or whatever, right? And it really showed that he wasn't looking for affirmation in these deeds, because when he got sick, it was like anything he needed, if he didn't have the financial backup for it or the connection to get it or whatever, one of us, or we'd all pull together, we came together and, paid for his funeral, even though it was, as sad as that sounds, that he had to kind of, pay and organize his own funeral. But, he was able to do that. With people coming together with the GoFundMe and stuff. Mm-hmm. We had a buddy buy him a hot tub because it helps his stomach and stuff when he has heat on it. So he can go outside. He lives right on the Ottawa River, so he's got a beautiful view. Mm-hmm. He actually shoots his fucking Glock and his 9mm right from his fucking hot tub down the hill, and he sets up targets. It's pretty badass. Neighbors think he's like crazy. But it just goes to show that the deeds and the person that Kevin went to show when he got sick, that the support that he had from his family and friends, that no matter what he needed is done for him, because A, he's already done it for us, and B, if it was us in his shoes, he'd do 10 times better. So there's no reason why we can't get anything that he needs for him to make him feel as comfortable as he can, right? And once again, that goes back to him leading by example and us following in his footsteps of what he would be doing for us, right? And that just shows his character.
I think the big thing for me that's been standing out is trying to run the race well. I have an allotted time, and the grains of sand have fallen, and I don't know. I could be here 5 years. I could be here a month. I got 50% of my right lung. Who knows? And things are just spreading. It's fast. No guarantee time. But the big thing that's been sitting with me is run the race well. So I bear that in mind when I start my day, and then I start swinging. Let's just break it down into small steps. Okay, I got to get out of bed. Fuck, what's it gonna take? Instead of starting there, okay, time to get in the shower. Fuck.
I think that's so inspirational, because so many people forget that we don't have to worry about that, right?
Oh, fuck,
I just roll my ass out of bed and hop in the shower, and I don't even think twice of it, and just being grateful for everything. Like, even the fact that you can turn on the fucking water and I'm showered, like, that doesn't happen for some people in this world,
Or to be able to walk out on the front of your street at night. Mexico is like fucking, you don't go outside at night. You're crazy.
First world problems, right, brother?
Yeah, exactly. First world problems.
Yeah. So, but that's a big thing that Kev has shown me, especially him going through bad times, is, there's no fucking time for a pity party. There's time to get your shit together, to bite down on the fucking mouth guard and start swinging for the fences and really leave your mark behind, because he's got an expiration date.
It's sometimes impossible to do, but you have to look at these obstacles as a part of your refining of your character, or a part of refining of your being. These are challenges. They may make or break you, but there's going to be a different outcome and a different you at the end result. Whether it's a positive or negative, that's, you choose your own destiny on that path. And no one in life has an easy path to walk on. We all have a hard path, and we all have a refining as a being and who we are and what our purpose and goal is in life. But the key is whether how small your steps are or not, is just to stay determined and just to keep swinging for the fences.
And if me and Kev could ask anybody that's watching this to, anything, when you guys look at your family tonight, and when you look at your friends, and when somebody calls you that maybe you're like, oh, I don't have time for this person, or I'll call, whatever, think twice, man.
Make time.
Make time, because it might be the last time that person calls you, or it might be the last time that person's healthy enough to go do something like an activity with you. So really cherish that, and really appreciate, just the small things, and appreciate the people in your life, because, things happen and people get taken from us. And, you're always going to have that regret of, maybe I shouldn't have said that to him, or, man, why did I have to argue with them and not talk for the past 2 weeks? Because now the last memory you have of that person is fighting with them or saying something negative, or, you know what I mean? So really, guys, really appreciate the people around you. Really appreciate what you have. And really take the time tonight, guys, to appreciate it, because, life will humble the fuck out of you right now.
Yeah.
And,
don't let the sun set with hate in your heart. If you have shit that you need to deal with, don't wait till tomorrow.
Like my mom used to always tell
keep
us,
putting it off.
Like my mom used to always tell us, never go to bed mad with anybody.
Yeah.
Always make sure you settle your problem before you go to sleep, because then you're gonna have something on your mind that's gonna eat away at you. You're not gonna get the rest you need. Right?
And again, Mom knows it. It's from Scripture. From Scripture.
Mama knows best.
You don't let the sun go down with hate in your heart, brother.
For sure.
There's so much that you guys just fucking said that, like, even I needed to hear. Like, I know I put on this Zoom, but I'm like, this is fucking wonderful, like that whole thing about
anytime, man.
That whole thing about, like, answering the phone and stuff. I'm the type of person that's like, no, I'm busy, I'm working. No, I'm busy, I'm working. No, I'm busy.
Me too, man. But it really makes me think, that maybe I won't get to hear from this person. So, and that's one thing Kev's really shown me, is with all the people that come here and all the support he has and how overwhelming it can be because he's in pain and stuff. Kev always makes time to come and sit with them, at least for a bit, and thank him to come, and and then he'll tell him to fuck off because he's got a bang.
Well, we went from
fucking morphine, but
we went from 8 till in the morning till 3 in the morning. I'm like, man, normally I'm sleeping 16 hours. Like, come on, guys.
But it's
taking pre-workout while I'm sitting on the couch.
But it just goes to show, guys, try and get together with your clan more often, try and get together with the people that you care more often, and keep the little beefs that you have in those circles of family and friends and stuff, and look over it, man. Really do. And it was really nice that I went today with an open heart around, a bunch of guys that some of them I've had issues with in the past, and just leave those things in the past and realize that we're doing something positive here for Kev. And it's all love and it's all appreciation. The guys, pulled me aside and thanked me for organizing that for Kev. But I thank them because it took all of us to come together, right? And like I always say, in unity there's power, and in power there's unity. And that's exactly what we were able to do today for Kev. And I just wish that more people could put their differences aside in their groups of, if it is, anywhere from business to family to friendship or personal or whatever.
Even if you have to take the high road, you could be in the right, you could be in the right, but, because there's your side of the story, his side of the story, and then the truth. You know what I mean?
Because you know what, and I'll be honest, one of the guys that was there, me and him have always had problems, but he was there with his little daughter. She's like 2 or 3 or something. Yeah. And it was just so nice to actually see that, like he's growing and he's got this beautiful daughter and he's doing well for himself and stuff. And like, it would be arrogant of me to wish evil or bad on him now, because, he's a father now. He has this beautiful daughter to look after, somebody to look forward for him to come home from work and stuff like that. So I really went with a really open mindset today, guys. And it's because Kevin asking me to, he asked me, like, put the bullshit aside, like, please come to Ottawa with an open mind, realize that, like, I'm asking this of you, so please be humble, and not just out of respect for Kev, but because he was right, I did it. And we had a fucking awesome day today, man. And it was just, like I said, it was all love. It was all respect. And we really, really had a great time. And this is a big thing for Kevin. He's really excited to do this tonight. So once again, thanks guys for having us out. Everybody watching this, you know, like we said, just really appreciate what you have, man, and put other people ahead of you, because you never know when an angel will fall. So,
and you guys, thank you very much. And keep an open mind, keep an open heart, and don't be scared to humble yourself to learn and grow. And it's painful, and it hurts, but it's the only way.
And Kev
growing pains, that's why they call them growing pains.
Yeah, Kev knows a lot about pain. But,
So,
what's that?
I have another question.
Yeah, shoot.
Any regrets? Do you have
Any regrets? And in terms of what?
Just
Any-
life in general.
In life?
Anything you wanted to do that maybe you didn't do because you
Oh,
were scared?
jeez. That's a good question.
But you know what? I asked you that the other day. So let me answer quickly for my brother. He took a shot of morphine before this. No, okay. I asked Kev the other day when he gave me this news. I said, "All right, well, what's left on the bucket list? Like, what can we do to make you happy?" And
What
he
did I
said, "You said nothing. You
Yeah.
said you got your house.
That's why I
you
couldn't
got
answer
your
it.
wife."
That's why I couldn't answer it. I've gone full circle.
He,
you know,
he's so
maybe that's why.
appreciative
Maybe
for what he
that's
has.
why I'm on the path I am. I've come down here to do what I've done. I've fulfilled my purpose. You know, it's time for me to move on. You know, and
Coming out to Alberta was the icing on the fucking cake.
well, yeah, I got to see where my brother lived.
But no,
Inspiration.
it's that's one thing that Kev really made me. That answer really made me think. What am I happy about?
Yeah. What do you
You
want?
know, because obviously Kev didn't want me to come here at first. He's like, "Well, no, you can't come because I need some time alone." I was like, "Fuck you! I'm your brother. I'm fucking come whenever I want."
know.
bro."
And then what did
He's
I
like,
say?
"Okay, yeah."
No,
you're
you
welcome.
gotta make sure you got a lid on your stuff before you come over. You gotta make sure all your stuff's done before you come over. You gotta finish your homework.
Because he's still worried about me, what's going on with my situation, stuff like that. But you know what? I'm truly happy where I'm at in my life now, because the mindset that obviously this community, you know, guys like Jesse and Jeff and Harper and fucking, you know, Kevin Harper and Robert Harper, cousins. You know, anyway, the mindset that I've learned through this, to be able to realize that I'm so appreciative for what I have now and what I've been able to build for myself to this point in my life, that I'm really happy, you know, and that's something, you know, for those of you that know my story, and especially my brother. I've had a lot of anger in my life. I've had a lot of, you know, issues with you know, with bad shit and stuff. But I could honestly say I'm real happy in my life, and that has to do with me looking at my brother and trying to live my life through his eyes, and really thinking about, you know, what would Kev say to me in this situation, or, you know, and he was really worried about me getting my situation taken care of back home before I came out here, which I did. And that's why, you know, I finally feel at peace now. You know, I'm here with my brother. I booked 5 days to come just to kind of have an idea. But once again, we'll fucking change that if I want.
It's exciting because you're growing.
Yeah, but at the same time, watching Kev still grow and still see that he's so humble for what he has, which is so nice. And he willed me his 357 Magnum, so I'm pretty pumped about that. So can you die already so I can get my gun?
Who's older out of you two? Who's the older?
So this is me and Kev's deal, guys. Me and Kev are the same age, and I grew up without a brother. I had a sister, and we didn't talk. My sister doesn't like me. My dad wasn't in my life. Kev's mom was kind of away from his life. She wasn't out of his life, but she was removed a bit. So my mom, you know, Kev was
It's like a surrogate mother to me.
Yeah, and his dad was like my surrogate. Like, we literally spent every day of our life together for years and years and years. I finished his, you know, and his dad and his brothers really took me in like a brother, you know. And because I remember one time Kev made fun of me and I got all pissy and, "Oh, fuck yeah, I'm going, And he looked at me and he's like, it shows you didn't grow up with brothers. And I was just like, step back, like, fuck you. I'm your brother. Come on. He's like, gotta have tougher skin. You want to be Harper. And I was like, fuck you. You know? But that also showed me that, you know, in life, you're going to have challenges. You're going to have people that are going to put you down. You're going to have people that do that. And they were doing it out of love to toughen me up because they saw that was like a weakness. And they were like, you're better than that, Alex. Like, who cares if he calls you gay? Ask him if he wants a blowjob then, you know? Maybe he's gay, you know, like, whatever. But it's just, you know, like they really molded me, and especially Kevin, you know, really molded me into the man that I was today because I grew up around, I'll be honest, I grew up around girls my whole fucking life. You know, my mom showed me what she knew how to do because she had to be the mom and the dad, you know. Same thing with Kev. It's like his dad had to play both roles, but it was like, fuck it, I ain't cooking. Let's order some pizza, you know. It's like, dinner at Kev's house, let's go. So, but yeah, no, Kev's the closest thing I have to a brother, man. He knows absolutely everything I've ever done in my life. You know, he's the first guy I've called many times. Like Kev, I'm coming home from Mexico and I need somewhere to sleep and I got no fucking money and I just got robbed. He's like, all right, I got a job for you. I got a bed and I'll bring back smokes to the airport. I'm like, all right, thanks, bro. Hang up. And I know he's going to be at the airport. I know I got a job waiting for me. I know he's got a bag of smokes. And if I need a couple bucks, there you go. And by the way, my girlfriend's got a cute friend. We should go out tonight. You know, like, that's what a brother is. You know, it wasn't, me and Kev used to compete about who was going to get in. It was like we get caught with weed, and it was like, no, it's my weed, or he'd be, no, it's my weed, you know, because it's like I'm not coming to jail to pay the bail for you. It's like I'm coming to jail with you, you know, and that's what brothers are all about, man, and what family's all about is you're there to support each other no matter what. You're there for the good times and the bad times. You know, me and Kev obviously have had our good times. We've had some real good times, and obviously, you know, we've gone through some bad times together, but we look back at the good days. We forget the bad days. You know, we look forward. We look to empower ourselves, but others first. And this is the mentality that we grew up with. You know, Kev was always the guy out of the group that if he thought something was wrong, he was stating his opinion. You know, he was the guy stopping the traffic in the middle of the street to let the old lady walk by and help her with the bags. Yeah, and you see, because he's done it. I've seen it, you know, like motherfucker, you're stopping your car. I don't care if the light's green. There's an old lady that's got it, you know. And it just goes to a test of, you know, the people that I surrounded myself with to achieve greatness and to finally become happy in my life. And same thing with Kev, you know. He's had to fight this miserable disease for him to achieve greatness, but not only that, to inspire others to achieve greatness. And that's why I call my company Inspire. Is a bit after myself and a bit after my brother, because we really hope that our stories, you know, we don't want to be the greatest minds in the world, the next greatest minds in the world, but we want our stories or something we say or do to inspire the next greatest mind in the world. Because I think that's what the power of speech is. I think that's what the power of cultures and language and food is all about. You know, I speak 3 languages, and it's a true blessing being able to communicate with so many people and hear their stories. So I just want to leave everybody and say, you know, don't stop learning, guys. You know, set yourself around winners. Get rid of the fucking losers. And really look at your families tonight. Appreciate what you have. Look at the 4 walls that and the roof over your head, and appreciate it. Is there somebody out there that doesn't have that, that's willing to work harder or do something, you know, or fucking by any means necessary to get what you have, you know? So when you get comfortable, there's somebody in line waiting for their turn, right? Strive for greatness, guys.
Well, you don't grow. You don't grow when you're comfortable.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be where I am today if I didn't have this fire under my seat, because now there's no time to fuck around. There's no time to, you know what I mean? No, you know, I'll do this tomorrow. No, it's now.
Yeah, because every day's fucking... And honestly, guys, you need to live like every day's your last day. You really do, because it could be. So when you look back, or when you're laying in the hospital bed and they're giving you, you know, whatever, are you going to lay there knowing that you achieved everything you wanted to and that everything's in place for your loved ones? So that's our message, guys. Thanks for bringing us up. Going. Kev's aunt has a birthday party going on next door that we snuck away from.
Yeah.
But love and appreciate everybody, guys. Thanks a lot for having us, Jeff and Robert. Means the world to me. Definitely to Kevin too. And guys, just inspire to inspire others and inspire to be the best you. You know, I'm not saying that we're asking you to be fucking the next Einstein, but we just want you to be the best you. So
that is fucking beautiful. You guys
love you guys.
Take care, guys.
Everybody say thank you. Appreciate this shit. Guys, thank you in the chat.
Yeah, so.
I wanted to pop in and just say thanks for sharing, guys. Fucking deadly. You guys killed it. My kids are going a little crazy. One's in a dog cage.
Nanner. What's going on, Nanner?
How you doing, buddy? Say hi. Can you wave?
Hey, Alex. Hey, buddy.
But yeah, no, I was listening the whole time. I wasn't visual like the whole time just because of this. But I was here and I appreciate everything you guys said. Fucking killed it. So much shit that like.
Oh, so much value. So much value.
So much. I'm saying thank you.
I'll fucking
let you guys go, but really appreciate it. Just wanted to drop my piece in there.
Well, thanks, Jesse. Appreciate it.
No problem.
Love you, buddy.
Thanks for coming out, guys. I think we're going to end it. We're right close to that hour mark anyways, where we would normally shut it off. Oh, Robert, what's up, buddy?
Oh, I can't hear Robert.
Can't hear you, bud.
Anyways.
That makes sense. Gotcha.
Oh, okay. All right. We're shutting it off. Robert's busy. Looks like we lost the other guys. I really appreciate you guys all coming out. I'll just finish my little piece here. I really appreciate you guys coming out. You guys fucking rock. I think today was the biggest one of these so far. I think this was the biggest one so far. So you guys really came out and showed up and showed your support. I really wanted to get those guys on here, like I said earlier, because Kevin has a completely different view on life than the rest of us do. And if we do anything, take those words that he said, I know I will, and act upon those things, because that's the important stuff, right? Those are the things that really make a difference. It doesn't matter whether you're in this business or any other business, or whatever you do, your business doesn't even matter. Just be who you are and be a good person, and take charge of your life and do the things that are important for you. So anyways, I appreciate you guys coming out. Everybody still in here? Looks like we still got some people. We appreciate you guys. We're going to go ahead and shut it off now. For anybody that's in the business now, this is safe. We do this every week. Bring out everybody. It's not limited to anybody. Bring out everyone. Bring out your new people that are in the business. Bring out people that have been in the business forever. Whatever, it doesn't matter. We do these every week to help you guys better yourselves and be the best that you can be. So, Jeffrey Gallagher, see you guys.